Did you know that nearly 90% of Americans don't eat enough fruits and vegetables? That's shocking. With grocery prices rising, many people are turning to processed foods instead. But there's a solution right outside your door: growing your own food. Imagine stepping into your backyard and plucking ripe tomatoes, crisp lettuce, and fragrant herbs, all without spending a dime at the store. It's not just about saving money, it's about taking control of your health, environment, and community. Studies show that people who grow their own food eat 50% more fruits and vegetables than those who don't. In this video, we'll explore the surprising benefits of home gardening. You'll learn how it can reduce your stress, improve your health, and even build community connections. Plus, we'll share practical strategies to help you get started, whether you have a huge yard or just a tiny balcony. Join us on this journey to discover the hidden gems of growing your own food. Your garden awaits. Chapter 1: From Garden to Table, the Food Freedom Revolution. Growing your own food isn't just about having fresh vegetables on hand. It's about taking control of what you eat. Imagine walking outside, picking your own tomatoes, and knowing exactly how they were grown. You can say goodbye to pesticides, wax coatings, and even long shipping times. Plus, studies show home gardeners can save an average of $600 a year by growing their own produce. That's money that stays in your pocket. Did you know the average carrot travels about 1,800 miles before it reaches your plate? Growing your food eliminates the need for all that shipping. It's not just better for the environment, it's better for your peace of mind. You know where your food comes from, and that alone is empowering. In the book The Backyard Homestead, Carleen Madigan says, "Homegrown food connects you to your land and puts you in touch with the rhythm of the seasons. It's a process that brings a deeper connection with nature." When you grow your own, you aren't just consuming food, you're nurturing a lifestyle of sustainability and mindfulness. One key strategy to get started is container gardening. Even if you live in a city apartment, a few pots of herbs or tomatoes can provide fresh, pesticide-free food. Vertical gardening, using trellises or wall-mounted planters, is another space-saving method. Start small, focus on fast-growing plants like radishes or leafy greens. In just a few weeks, you'll have the satisfaction of harvesting your own food. Chapter 2: Beyond Organic, Secrets to Nutrient-Packed Homegrown Food. Most people think organic food is the pinnacle of health. But what if I told you that growing your own food can be even better? It's not just about avoiding pesticides, homegrown produce can actually be more nutritious. Research from the University of Texas found that over the past 50 years, there's been a decline in nutrients in commercial crops. This is mainly due to soil depletion and large-scale farming techniques. When you grow your own food, you can nurture the soil and ensure it's packed with the nutrients plants need. Composting is one easy way to boost soil health. You can recycle kitchen scraps, like eggshells, coffee grounds, and veggie peels, into rich, nutrient-dense compost. This helps your plants absorb more nutrients, and in turn, you get more nutrient-dense food. Think of it like this: a store-bought tomato might look perfect, but it's often been picked before it's fully ripe. That affects its flavor and nutrient content. When you grow tomatoes at home, you can wait until they're fully ripened on the vine. They'll taste better and provide more vitamins like C and A. A 2007 study from the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry found that vine-ripened tomatoes contain higher levels of antioxidants compared to those picked early for transport. Another strategy is using heirloom seeds, which are often more nutrient-rich than commercial hybrids. Heirloom plants haven't been bred for size or shelf life. Instead, they've been selected for flavor and nutritional value. Plus, many heirloom varieties have natural resistance to pests and diseases, which means less need for chemical treatments. Chapter 3: The Eco-Hero in Your Backyard, Shrinking Your Carbon Footprint. Reducing your carbon footprint doesn't have to mean big changes. Sometimes, the solution is right in your backyard, literally. Growing your own food reduces the energy used in transporting produce across the country. In fact, food transportation accounts for 11% of the total greenhouse gas emissions in the agriculture sector, according to the Environmental Working Group. By growing your own vegetables, fruits, and herbs, you eliminate the need for that transportation. Less transportation means fewer carbon emissions. A well-tended backyard garden can also cut down on the use of harmful pesticides and fertilizers that often end up in waterways, causing pollution and dead zones in the ocean. Plus, you can make your garden even more eco-friendly by practicing water conservation strategies like drip irrigation or rainwater harvesting. One interesting fact, in urban areas, community gardens have been shown to reduce heat island effects, where cities become significantly warmer than rural areas due to human activity. These gardens also improve air quality by absorbing CO2. If you want to make a real environmental impact, consider planting perennial crops like asparagus, berries, or fruit trees. They require less maintenance and, over time, store more carbon in the soil. In The Urban Farmer, Curtis Stone explains that gardening is not just about growing food, it's about regenerating the environment. By growing your own food, you actively contribute to restoring the land. It's a small, everyday act that adds up to significant environmental change. If you're short on space, don't worry. You can still make a difference with a small balcony garden or even windowsill herbs. Every little bit counts. And remember, you're not just growing food, you're creating a sustainable, eco-friendly future. If you're finding these insights valuable, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Join our community for more tips on sustainable living and gardening. Chapter 4: Stress Less, Grow More. The therapeutic power of gardening. Gardening is more than just growing food, it's therapy. Imagine coming home from a long, stressful day and spending an hour in your garden. The act of digging, planting, and caring for your plants calms the mind. In fact, studies show that gardening can reduce stress hormones like cortisol. One study from Preventive Medicine Reports found that people who garden regularly have lower levels of anxiety and depression. There's something soothing about working with your hands in the soil. It creates a sense of mindfulness, helping you focus on the present. Plus, studies suggest that spending time in green spaces improves mood and lowers the risk of mental health issues. Even a small garden can give you a mental reset after a busy day. A great strategy to reduce stress while gardening is to create a serenity space within your garden. This can be as simple as adding a bench where you can sit and relax or planting calming herbs like lavender or chamomile. These plants not only offer medicinal benefits but their scent can instantly calm nerves. Another tip, gardening in the morning is particularly beneficial. The quiet, fresh air, and sunlight help boost your vitamin D levels, which are linked to mood regulation. According to the Happiness Project by Gretchen Rubin, outdoor activity improves both physical and mental health, and gardening is one of the best ways to get your hands dirty and feel alive. If you're dealing with a lot of stress, start small. Grow easy, low-maintenance plants like succulents or lettuce, which require minimal care. This way, the process of gardening remains enjoyable, not overwhelming. Chapter 5: Cultivating Community. Growing more than just food, gardening doesn't just benefit you, it can strengthen your entire community. When you grow your own food, you have the power to share and exchange with others. Many neighborhoods have started community gardens, where people come together to grow food and share harvests. According to the American Community Gardening Association, there are more than 18,000 community gardens across the US. Being part of a gardening community builds relationships. You'll meet people who share tips, swap seeds, and trade produce. For example, if you have an excess of tomatoes, you can trade with a neighbor who's growing zucchini. This creates a system of mutual support and sustainability. A simple strategy to foster a gardening community is to host a garden swap. Invite neighbors to exchange seeds, plants, or even gardening tools. You can also create a plant sharing box outside your home, where anyone can drop off extra seedlings or take something they need. It's a small act that can create big bonds. Did you know that people who engage in community gardening tend to eat more vegetables? A study from Public Health Nutrition found that community gardeners consume more fruits and vegetables than non-gardeners. So, not only does it promote social connections, but it also encourages healthier eating habits. If starting a full community garden seems daunting, consider joining or supporting an existing one. Many cities offer public plots you can rent for a small fee. This way, you get all the benefits of gardening without needing your own yard. Thanks for joining us on this journey. If you enjoyed this content, please subscribe for more tips and inspiration on sustainable living and gardening. Let's grow together.